Hello to everybody in the class. It is Saturday, the 1st of February, and it is 2:55 p.m. I just wanted to give you a video update. It's easier to explain things, I think, this way than it is to try to do it via texting and typing and dealing with the autocorrect and all that sort of thing. Anyway, here's how I see us going forward. First, I read the responses to the not Civil War, to the War of 1812, and most of them were pretty good and insightful and had some good points. Some were also on the thin side, which could easily be bumped up by citing some examples from any of the text. And so, to that end, I'm switching it up a little bit. I know this may seem confusing to you, especially for you regular onliners, which I am not. And whether I will be in the future is another question, because I don't like sowing doubt and confusion and all those kinds of things in my classes. I don't think that happens very often in front of the students when I'm in a classroom, but it, I think, can happen when you're doing things over the internet. So, and online. So let me say this, everyone's doing fine. I wouldn't worry about grades quite yet because we're just kind of leveling everything out and making it accessible and doable. That's what I'm interested in. I really want you to learn about these particular wars and aspects. Now, remember, we're not so much looking at them academically or in a historical sense, although that does play a role. We're kind of, and I'd like you to think of it this way, we're looking at poems, stories, and films. And from that limited perspective, in a way, we're trying to decide what we're learning about war by using the arts, more or less. That's going to be a different kind of approach and a different sort of response than if we were doing it historically. If we're doing it historically, then I could just give you multiple choice or true and false questions, and that'd be the end of it. It'd be easy, and class would essentially be over in a week. You could binge it in a weekend. But that's not what we're doing. What we're trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is share with you different aspects of different American wars and war through documentary, through some poetry, through some stories. And then my questions to you when I say, what are some insights you gained? You're going to be looking below the surface of the story or the film or the poetry, and you'll be giving your ideas with support from the film, poems, or story. So hopefully that makes better sense to you. I'm not looking for huge development. I'd like you just to double space it and allow a page and a half, or sorry, a page to a page and a half for each of your of the two. I've limited it to two ideas to write about. So that in the end, when you upload, you're at 3 pages double space, maybe a little bit more. It can be more if you really feel into the subject matter of that particular assignment area. I won't hold you back on that. Now, so that's sort of going to be how we go forward. Um, I'm going to change the way the questions look in each of the areas. You can see it now with the Civil War. I am also going to upload some additional stuff. And in the case of the Civil War, I just mentioned that the you can watch on Netflix, which most people have. You can watch Ken Burns Civil War episodes from PBS from several years ago. Now, the episode that most relates to African Americans in the Civil War seems to be episode number 5. So I just highlighted that. It's not required. It's only there to give you more information and more background after you view Glory. And after you look at Ambrose Bierce's classic story, Owl Creek Occurrence, and then look at some of Whitman's poems. You don't have to read all of them, but look at some of them, and then come to this kind of holistic idea about specific aspects of war that you're gathering by watching those particular videos and reading the literature. So I'm asking you to kind of look at everything as you may, and then to respond. And the second part of what I wanted to mention today is the idea of the discussion board. I posted something on it. I didn't really see anything coming across on it, and I didn't check back with it, and I found there were some great answers, or great insights, I should say. Let's look at the discussion board as a way just to throw some ideas out to each other to make us think. It can even be as informal as, hey, did you notice this in Glory? Did anybody pick up on this aspect? I thought it was interesting because ... It's only meant for that. It's not meant for long explanations. Save that for your actual paper. So if you have questions now about how we're going to move forward, I think we are leveled out at the approach that I'd like to take, and I hope it's good for you too. You can let me know. You can email me through Canvas, through the email site there, or through my Wayne State email. I do read all of the messages almost immediately when they come through. And my campus email, the easiest way to do it is A as in Apple, C as in cat, 1522 at wayne.edu. AC 1522. So if you do have questions about this, if you're more confused, let me know. I'm hoping that I'm sorting everything out. I'll be adding some things to the chapters as we go along. It's all really there for your consideration. That's how I want you to see it. So at the end of this course, by the time we move into April, you're going to know a great deal more about American wars and reasons and results and the impact and so forth than probably 80% of the American people. Now, maybe 99% of the American people, you're going to know more about it. And we know that because a lot of people think that the new virus from China is caused from drinking Corona beer. That's what I read. So I don't want you to be in that category. I want you to be more insightful, thoughtful, and on top of these topics as we move through it. Okay, look forward to talking to you. Very strange for me to do this, maybe strange for you too. But I think there are some people who have done many online classes, and I'm sure this has got to be one of the most unusual, let's say that. I'm not going to switch things up. I think everyone's going to do fine in the end. Just hang with me. I'm trying to get everybody successfully over the finish line, and that's just the way that I teach in the classroom. A few of you out there have had me in the classroom, so you know that's how I roll. So talk to me as you need to, and I look forward to it. Thank you.